Hi guys, it's Miss Karen, the Young Adult Librarian at the Goshen Public Library, back again with a new box of books to share with you. Let's see what we've got this week. It's not a very big box, but it doesn't have to be big to have some great things in it, right? Good things come in small packages sometimes. Let's see what we've got. Okay, first one, Wings of Ebony by J.L. Looks like fantasy. Let's see. Rue's family is her whole life. Her sister Tasha, moms, and the play aunties and cousins who live in East Row, the Houston neighborhood she calls home, are her world. But it is upended when the unthinkable happens. Moms is murdered and Rue is snatched away by a father who abandoned her at birth. A father who now insists she follow him to his home, Gizan, a secret country of gods who wield a powerful magic. In Gizan, Rue's existence is a crime. There's never been a half-god, half-human there, where leaders protect their magical powers at all costs and thrive on human suffering. Miserable and desperate to see her sister on the anniversary of their mother's death, Rue breaks Gizan's most sacred law. She returns to Houston, only to discover black kids are being forced into crime and violence, and Tasha is in danger of falling away to the very forces that claimed their mother's life. Worse still, evidence mounts that the evil plaguing East Row is the same one that lurks in Gizan, an evil that will stop at nothing until it has stolen everything from her. Rue must embrace her true identity and wield the full magnitude of her ancestors' power to save her hood before the gods burn it to the ground. But how can she pull it off when the enemy is everywhere? That sounds exciting. It is Wings of Ebony by J.L. It's a cool cover, too. All right, let's see what's next. Next we have How to Pack for the End of the World by Michelle Falkoff. And this looks like possibly fantasy, definitely dystopian. Let's see. If you knew the world was going to end tomorrow, what would you do? This is the question that haunts Amina as she watches new and horrible stories of discord and crisis flash across the news every day. She always thought she was alone in her fears, that she was the only one lying awake at night worrying about the end of the world. But among the new students at Gardner Academy, Amina finds a group whose members' worries mirror her own. They join forces, learning survival skills from each other and becoming fast friends in the process. Still, as their prepper knowledge multiplies, so do their regular high school problems, from relationship drama to family issues to anonymous pranks that seem to be targeted specifically at them. Juggling the two parts of their lives forces Amina and her friends to ask one more vital question. Is it worth living in the hypothetical future if it's at the expense of your actual presence? Okay, so this might not be exactly dystopian, but the characters in the book sound like they definitely expect some sort of dystopian event. So this is How to Pack for the End of the World by Michelle Falkoff. Okay, let's see what's next. Next we've got City of Villains by Estelle Laure. This looks like could be fantasy, like a superhero kind of a thing. So definitely another cool cover. Let's see. They Made Us Villains. Mary Elizabeth Hart is a high school senior by day, but by night she's an intern at the Monarch City Police Department. She watches with envy from behind a desk as detectives come and go, trying to contain the city's growing crime rate. For years, tension has simmered between the city's wealthy elite and the residents of the decaying neighborhood called the Scar, once upon a time the epicenter of all things magic. When the daughter of one of the city's most powerful businessmen goes missing, Mary Elizabeth is thrilled that the police chief actually puts her on the case. But she soon discovers that one missing person is only the beginning of a larger, more sinister mystery. As the truth circles closer to home, Mary finds herself caught in the fight between those who once had magic and those who will do anything to bring it back, even if it means creating a few monsters. Disney's Villains meet a dark world in this gritty, fairy tale-inspired crime series that reimagines the origins of Maleficent, Ursula, Captain Hook, and other infamous Disney villains like you've never seen them before. So this is a reimagination of Disney villains. So definitely a cool mashup. City of Villains by Estelle Laure. Check that one out. All right, next we've got A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. Okay, so this is the third book in a series. And the other two books in that series are A Curse So Dark and Lonely and A Heart So Fierce and Broken. And this, I'm not going to tell you about the third one because I don't want to ruin anything for you. But it's a great series. The first one is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. It is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. So I will tell you about this one. And then if you're interested, you can read the whole series. Or if you've already read the first two, you can pick up the third, A Vow So Bold and Deadly. Fall in love, break the curse. Cursed by a powerful enchantress to repeat the autumn of his 18th year, Prince Ren, the heir to Emberfell, thought he could be saved easily if a girl fell for him. But that was before he turned into a vicious beast, hell-bent on destruction. Before he destroyed his castle, his family, and every last shred of hope. Nothing has ever been easy for Harper. With her father long gone, her mother dying, and her brother constantly underestimating her because of her cerebral palsy, Harper learned to be tough enough to survive. When she tries to save a stranger on the streets of Washington, D.C., she's pulled into a magical world. Break the curse, save the kingdom. Harper doesn't know where she is or what to believe. Prince? Curse? Monster? As she spends time with Ren in this enchanted land, she begins to understand what's at stake. And as Ren realizes Harper is not just another girl to charm, his hope comes flooding back. But powerful forces are standing against Emberfall, and it will take more than a broken curse to save Harper, Ren, and his people from utter ruin. Okay, so this is the first one, Curse So Dark and Lonely. Second one, A Heart So Fierce and Broken. And the third one, which just came out, A Vow So Bold and Deadly. Check those out. And the last book in our box is called The Project by Courtney Summers. You guys may have read another book by Courtney Summers called Sadie, which was really good. This is not related to Sadie, but Sadie was her last book, I think. So this has got a really cool cover. All right, Project. The Unity Project. After a tragic accident kills most of her family and leaves her little sister Lo on the brink of death, Bee Denham is desperate for a miracle. It arrives in the form of Lev Warren, the charismatic spiritual leader of the Unity Project. He promises he can save Lo. All Bee has to do is believe. Stole my sister. Lo awakes in the ICU to find her parents are dead and her sister has abandoned her for the Unity Project. The more Lo learns, the more she's convinced the beloved organization is hiding sinister secrets. If only she could make Bee believe. Years later, when a man shows up at the magazine Lo works for, claiming the Unity Project killed his son, Lo sees the perfect opportunity to expose the group and reunite with Bee once and for all. But her investigation will put her in the direct path of Lev Warren, and he will make her question everything she thought was true and all that she believes. Are you ready to belong? So this is about a cult called The Project. The Unity Project is the name of the cult. The book is called The Project by Courtney Summers. It sounds really, really exciting, so check that one out. Those are all the books that I have in this latest box. Hopefully I'll be getting some new ones again soon. I did get some advance copies that I'm going to share with you. Now, they're advance copies, but they're actually not advance copies. So the publishers are sending their advance copies a little late. So all of these books are already published, but they are new to my collection. I do not believe I have any of them in the collection. So I will be adding them to my advance copy shelf, and if you're interested in taking any of them out, all you have to do is come in and sign them out in the YA room. I will show you what they are right now. We have Be Fearless, Dream Like a Kid by Michaela Ulmer. This one's nonfiction. When Michaela Ulmer was 4, she was stung by a bee, twice in 1 week. She was terrified of going outside, so her parents encouraged her to learn more about bees so she wouldn't be afraid. It worked. Michaela didn't just learn what important role bees play in our ecosystem, but she also learned bees are endangered and set out to save them. She started by selling cups of lemonade in front of her house and donating the small proceeds to organizations dedicated to bee conservation. When she realized the more lemonade she sold, the more bees she could help, Me and the Bees lemonade was born. Now she sells her lemonade across the country. From meetings with Fortune 500 CEOs to securing a deal on Shark Tank to even visiting the Obama White House, Michaela's lemonade and passion for bee conservation has taken her far. In Be Fearless, part memoir, part business guide, Michaela, now 15, shares her personal journey and special brand of mindful entrepreneurship and offers helpful tips and guidance for young readers interested in pursuing their own ventures, instilling in them the belief that they can be fearless and achieve their dreams too. So this is a bit of a how-to book on how to be an entrepreneur. Be Fearless by Michaela Ulmer. Next one I have is Everything I Thought I Knew by Shannon Takaoka. I know I pronounced that wrong and I apologize, but this is Everything I Thought I Knew. Let's see. A teenage girl wonders if she's inherited more than just a heart from her donor in this compulsively readable debut. 17-year-old Chloe had a plan. Work hard, get good grades, and attend a top-tier college. But after she collapses during cross-country practice and is told that she needs a new heart, all her careful preparations are laid to waste. 8 months after her transplant, everything is different. Stuck in summer school with the underachievers, all she wants to do now is grab her surfboard and hit the waves. Which is strange because she wasn't interested in surfing before her transplant. It doesn't hurt that her instructor Kai is seriously cute. And that's not all that's strange. There's also the vivid, recurring nightmare about crashing her motorcycle in a tunnel and memories of people and places she doesn't recognize. Is there something wrong with her head now, too? Or is there another explanation for what she's experiencing? As she searches for answers, and as her attraction to Kai intensifies, what she learns will lead her to question everything she thought she knew about life, death, love, identity, and the true nature of reality. So this is Everything I Thought I Knew. A girl who had a heart transplant, who's now experiencing what I imagine are the same things that the person whose heart she got experienced. So check that one out. The next one is The Unexplainable Disappearance of Mars Patel by Sheila Chari. Let's see. Mars Patel's friend Aurora has disappeared. His teachers are clueless, but Mars refuses to give up. After all, his own dad disappeared when Mars was a toddler, before he and Mom moved to Puget Sound from India. Luckily, Mars has a group of loyal friends eager to help. Brilliant Toothpick, Strong JP, and maybe telepathic Caddy. The clues point towards eccentric tech genius and Mars hero Oliver Pruitt, whose popular podcast now seems to be commenting on their quest. But when the friends investigate Pruitt's mysterious elite school, nothing is as it seems, and anyone could be deceiving them. So this is a bit of an adventure mystery, The Unexplainable Disappearance of Mars Patel by Sheila Chari. The last advanced copy I have is called The Sky Above Us by Natalie Lund. This definitely looks like maybe a survival book or, I don't know, some sort of exciting premise here. A twisty psychological thriller about three friends searching for the truth in the aftermath of a plane crash that upends their lives. Okay, so that's the only description that they have. Here, let's read the front. The morning after their senior year beach party, Izzy, Cass, and Janie are woken by thundering overhead. They and their classmates watch in shock as a plane crashes into the water. When the passengers are finally recovered, they are identified as Izzy's twin brother Israel, Cass's ex-boyfriend Shane, and Janie's best friend Nate. But Izzy can feel when her brother is in pain, and she knows he's not really dead. So she, Cass, and Janie set out to discover what actually happened that day and why the boys were on the plane. Told in alternating timelines and points of view, this powerful and captivating novel follows the three boys in the weeks leading up to their fateful flight, and the girls they left behind as they try to piece together the truth about the boys they loved and thought they knew. A spellbinding story about the ripple effects of tragedy, the questions we leave unanswered, and the enduring power of friendship. So that sounds really interesting. These 4 books, like I said, are advanced copies. They're not part of the collection. I will have them on my advanced shelf. If you want to read them, all you have to do is come in and sign them out in my book. If you don't want to come in, or you don't feel comfortable coming into the library, you can email me and let me know that you want to read one of them, and I will put it aside for you and have it available at the pickup window. So like I said, you can come in now to browse in person anytime that we're open, Monday through Thursday from 10 to 7:30, Friday from 11 to 5:30, and Saturday from 10 to 4:30. You can still use the pickup window if you're not comfortable coming in, or if you're in a real hurry. Just let us know that you want a book. We'll put it aside for you and you can pick it up. Or you can put it on hold in the catalog, and when it's here, they will give you a call and you can come pick it up. So I hope to see all of you real soon, and I hope you found something in this newest box that you want to read. Have a great week. Bye.